Does the thought of being on camera scare you and you see everybody else doing videos on social media and you have no idea how on earth you can overcome that fear of the camera? I know you feel like everyone's doing it and therefore you need to jump on board as well, but how do you do it? I'm here to break down the exact step-by-step method for how you can go from scared to confident on camera. This is your camera confidence tutorial. Let's jump in. So let's talk about confidence and how to actually have it. Step one is to actually plan. Without planning, if you start recording, you're going to stumble. So we want to try and minimize that as much as possible and get you ready. So the first thing to plan is your kit. This is a very simple setup, which is probably what I use literally daily. Without what you see here today with the lights, my mic, the cameras, obviously we're recording long form content and educational tutorials which are going up on a website or being shared on social media. But when I'm doing my on the go videos for social media, this is it. Actually, sometimes I don't even need a tripod. I just use my phone. So decide what your setup is going to be. Step two when it comes to planning is the script. Now, I'm not saying you need to be overly robotic and scripted, but you do need to plan what you're going to say. So the most important thing when it comes to scripting is the hook. I'm going to practice now 3 different hooks that I would use in my videos, and I want you to then practice them in your own videos and apply what I say to whatever it is that you do. So here we go with hook number 1. Do you struggle with camera confidence and struggle with the time that it takes to actually record videos for your business? You see, that was a problem-based hook. A problem-based hook is excellent for attracting your ideal customer's attention. If you know what your ideal customer is struggling with, then by making a hook related to that problem, they understand that you get their problem and it gets their attention. Do you want to have an ever stream of leads coming into your business? That was a goal-based hook. That was me changing it from problem to goal. So I know that my mortgage and protection advisor clients or financial advisors want more leads in their business. So knowing that, I've made my hook based on what their goals are. Do you think that it takes hours to record content and that it's actually really expensive? I've got a £10 setup for you. Now that hook was a misconception hook. So I want you to practice a problem-based hook, a goal-based hook, and a misconception. So now my confidence has slightly increased because I know what I'm going to say. So step 2, when it comes to increasing your camera confidence, is the setup. Now, as I said, I use a mobile phone and sometimes a tripod if I'm going to be stationary. But if I'm walking about, I'm probably just going to use my hand and the phone. Now, in order for me to look confident, okay, doesn't mean I'm never scared and never wobbly. I have to look confident. Look how simple this is. Just a smile. Just a smile already lights up. I see people here like, hey, I just wanted to talk about, no. Big voice, roll your shoulders back, smile, QVC moment, right? I always say to my clients, start with a smile first, like this, like a cheesy grin, then start talking because you will try and retain your smile. If you start like this, you're already frowning, so start with a smile. The other bit to confidence is look how I'm standing and moving. If your energy is in your leg or in your hand, it will be noticeable on camera. So I stand and I use my energy positively and I move. I talk with my hands. I move my face. So try and use that nervous energy for the good. Try and make it happen. If you're not in a controlled environment like this, where we can control the lighting, the sound and everything, you're probably going to be out and about in public. So part of confidence comes with setup and knowing where you're going to be. If it's a windy day out there, don't try and record outside because it's going to be muffled, the noise. Try and find a location that you can comfortably speak. Some people do try and record in public, but I can tell by their voice that they're trying to be quiet. no good to me because I'm trying to hear you. So really choose a location that is actually going to work for you. But please try to avoid recording in front of a plain blank white wall. It really looks like you're in a cupboard and someone's really forcing you to do this video. Try and have texture and background, you know, plants or paintings. Try and have some texture in there so that there's something colourful to look at. Now, on the subject of quality video, what makes a good quality video? That's part of confidence as well, because if your video doesn't actually look engaging or creative or, you know, striking, then it's not going to look confident. You might be saying something fantastic, but if your camera lens is a bit dirty, if the lighting is a bit dull and your face is dark and the microphone is muffled, that doesn't make a good quality video. You could be saying some stellar stuff in your content, but it's actually not attracting attention or retaining my attention. So if I was recording myself at home, everyone has a window, right? That would be my first location, but I would be turning around and making sure that the light is on my face rather than behind me. Now in this room, because we can control the lighting in front of me, it works. I've got 2 spotlights here on my face. But if I was at home and I didn't have these spotlights, I would turn around and I would record myself with the light coming from the window. In terms of microphone, I am in a room that's quite quiet. It doesn't sound echoey, so I'm happy to just start rolling. So check out your room first. Make sure that the room that you're in hasn't got the chatter and the clanking from a cafe, but it also isn't a cupboard that sounds like, you know, you're echoing. And just in case the lighting is too dark and you're not getting it from a window, you can buy one of these and they can clip onto your phone or on a tripod and you can light that on your face. And that instantly brightens up everything. Delete, delete. Oh goodness, no. Delete, 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 delete. Part of camera confidence is actually accepting that sometimes you're going to start out and it's not that good. So watch yourself back. Watch your videos, listen to yourself. Does it sound good? No, delete it. You're not live. You're not live on TV. No one's seen it. Just delete and discard it and then go again. But on a serious note, guys, it's taken me over 10 years of practicing on stage, in front of the camera. Literally, I've done it all. I've had to go through a lot of cringy videos before people have started saying, oh, you're so confident, you look so natural. Well, you didn't see me 10 years ago. And actually in 5 years' time or 10 years' time, I might look back on these videos thinking, what were we doing? But never mind, it's done now. The good thing and bad thing with social media is that within 24 hours, your videos are pretty much history. So a new day, a fresh start. Whatever you posted yesterday pretty much doesn't get traction today on most platforms. Some platforms pick up your videos much later, but if it wasn't good and it wasn't getting engagement, it pretty much just fizzles out. So you can always reinvent yourself and start again, but the practice makes progress, not perfect. I don't believe in practice makes perfect because what is actually perfect? There isn't. Some videos that are really candid and actually go against everything I just said do really well, and other videos are recorded in a studio and really slick and flop. So what is the secret? The reality is everybody's different and the algorithm treats your videos in different ways, your experience, your audience, your engagement. So there is no secret sauce to how to record a video. The key for this tutorial is about helping you become more confident each and every day, because the more confident you are, the more likely you are to put yourself out there. And the more you put yourself out there, the more chances you've got of growing your brand awareness, your business, and attracting your ideal customers. Because visibility today is the currency. If you're not visible, if I can't see you, find you, or hear from you, how am I going to buy from you? And finally, when it comes to camera confidence, my favorite topic is mindset. What does that mean? It means embrace the bloopers. You're going to make mistakes. Don't try and sound perfect. I don't know if they'll make a blooper out of this, but I'm sure they will. And you will see that I too make mistakes behind the scenes. I just start again, compose myself, breathe, and go again. Also with mindset comes with being self-critical. There is a part in the blooper where I'm self-critical, because that still happens to this day. We're all our worst critics. But by the way, people don't see what you see. Like if you start obsessing over your eyebrow or your tooth or whatever it is that you've got a tick about, no one else can actually see what you see. It's only you. And the majority of people watch videos for about 5 to 15 seconds. So we're very fast and we consume so much content every day. I'm not going to remember that your eyebrow moves every time you speak. Like that's not what we're focusing on. So try not to obsess over every single detail of the video, because you need to be going faster with this stuff. You know, social media is very fast paced. So you don't want to be obsessing over one video and before you've posted it, the trends have changed anyway. So really try and speed up that fail faster attitude. That's the best mindset you can have. Just get it out there, get over yourself, get over it, because nobody cares as much as you are caring right now. So in conclusion, the only way this tutorial is going to work is if you actually put it into action. The only way you're going to increase your confidence is by practicing. I actually firmly believe that practice makes progress, not perfect. I will never be able to say I'm perfect on camera because I'm learning something new every single day. Depending on who I'm working with on set or different clients, I learn new things. So I'm always getting better, just even 1% each day. So shake off those camera nerves, be friends with the camera and put yourself out there, because if not you, then who?